Wow, we're alive!
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Ugh.
Oh,
What did Mason say?
we didn't know. Alright, so today
The project continues.
the project continues. Oh my!
You think we're ever gonna get? You think we're ever gonna get this thing done, Cait?
Yes.
I know we will. It's just there's so much other nonsense dragging us, this way and that. It's hard to get anything done on this outside of the stream.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you're, starting a publishing company and building a brand. And
we are building a religion. We're building a brand. He is living Comfort Eagle. I love that song. It's such a good song.
It is a good song. Oh man.
Oh, pulling up my document.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Which I will say though, I look forward to these because it's just one of those things where it's just like, no, just sit down and tell a story.
Well, you mean you look forward to doing this stream?
Yeah.
It is somewhat zen in its purity.
Yeah, because I get to actually be like, okay, doing all the other stuff is fun. Okay. Get to be all like Rainbow Butterfly Unicorn Kitty from Lego Movie, where she's all like, I can be serious, business.
I've never seen the Lego movie. It's on my list of things to watch. I heard it was actually a comedic masterpiece.
It's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's on like business. That's what I.
That's weird.
What?
Mason said, and I've heard this from someone else too, that people who should be getting notifications for us do not get notifications for us.
That is very strange.
Yes.
It's like, especially if you hit the little bell thingy, because I just got notified.
Well,
that it was on.
It's no surprise that the algorithm doesn't exactly like us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, no, you only have like this many subs, and it's a live stream. So, because that's one thing too I'm learning about the algorithm is that it's a lot harder on live streams than it is on actual, like, just scheduled videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is stupid.
Well, I mean, it'll probably get better as it goes, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man. No, what I think will be really cool is when we actually have our own space. Do the writing in. And we can prick out.
Oh, I love this raccoon. Beholding the coon.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes, I love this raccoon. He is going to terrorize these people. Holding the raccoon.
Okay.
I say earlier. Beholding the raccoon standing in the doorway to the room. That actually has a really nice flow to it.
Yes.
Mm. Station made.
Yes! Yes, we shall smile and be happy. You are also beautiful, Mason.
It's always a good day when the blind man is here.
Yes.
How you doing, bud? Thanks for being here and all that stuff. You know it means a lot to us.
Yes. Oh man. Speaking of smiling and being happy, I am looking forward to this collaboration, the contemporary comedy collaboration.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to hop in on that for at least a story or two with you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I can come up with something. Contemporary isn't exactly something I ever thought I'd take a crack at writing, but I'm sure I can.
Well, I mean, contemporary.
And Garden of Lies.
Yeah, because contemporary can be really fun, especially if you do it in a voice that sounds like you're telling a true to life story.
I got plenty of those.
Yeah. It's okay. I'd always be here because time-space continuum likes to fuck us. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it would be nice if you lived a little bit closer to our part of the clock, as it were.
Yeah, because he's a whole 6 hours ahead of us, I think.
Sounds about right. Let me check my clock as I stutter over my own tongue.
Mm-hmm. No.
London. It is currently 9:08 in London.
Yeah. So
8 hours.
Oh.
8 hours. Well, he's 8 hours ahead of me. That would put him 10 ahead of you.
Ooh. Yeah. No. 2108. Yep. 2100. Oh.
I guess my world. So are you on a different? Is your time a little different than London's, Mason, or is my world clock just wrong, or is that 9? Hang on, I'm not good at math.
Okay.
21. Oh, you got to count backwards. -3 from midnight. 11, 10. No, yeah, that's right. I suck at military time.
I was a military brat, so it's kind of in because my daddy was
Oh, French vanilla.
What about
That's a fair.
big enough for
that your whole country is like not even as big as my state.
Yeah, it'd be like this whole country has one zip code. It's one zip code.
Yeah, I've often wondered about what it would be like to live in some of those European countries that are so tiny. It's like, man, just man, now, dude.
Feels massive, but that might be because I'm so goddamn short.
Could it also be because you have like a Daredevil echolocation and like so you hear how big the world is around you and it feels bigger than it actually is? Well, I mean the world is pretty fucking big, so that's not really a logical way to characterize that.
It's also small. We don't have any zip codes. Here we go. Yeah, you do call them postcodes.
I mean, a zip code is just what it's as I understand it, the same thing.
Well, yeah, essentially, because
it's radical, isn't it?
Yes, it is quite rad.
I mean, personally, I actually like postcodes better because I like it when things are named after their function. That's a more logical way of doing things. Like a wrench. A wrench wrenches things. It's beautiful.
But they call them spanners.
Do they? That's stupid.
Well, no, I think that's because it's the type of wrench, though, because it's adjustable. So it spans.
I suppose. I mean, but a spanning wrench would be a crescent wrench or an adjustable end wrench, to be precise. And calling it a spanner is, I mean, it's slangy, but I guess it's somewhat accurate.
Well, a lot of their stuff is slangy, which makes it fun. As far as in my experience. Like, spanner. Insult. Yes. Yes.
That's kind of fun. You're such a spanner. Another fun fact, walking into walls is something that I not only have historically done, but still routinely do.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could fall upstairs. As opposed to falling downstairs. Oh, man.
Hey, Mason, have I ever told you the story of when I was temporarily blind?
You haven't even told me that story.
I thought I had.
No.
Always got mad at you too for having woozy running into the walls. Then I realized Rockstar was deadly accurate. Yeah, I ran when I was temporarily blind. I did run into a few walls myself.
What caused it?
Well, I'm waiting to see if. Well, I don't think I have solid. So when I was a kid, so I was born and my eyes were normal, and then I started. That's why I called hammer skull splitters. Oh, that's hard. I love it.
Yes.
But as a kid, so I was born and my eyes were normal. But as I started to develop, for some reason, the muscle tissue in my eyes grew way faster than my skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, temporarily blind. I'm explaining it now. So So yeah, I ended up with having severe lazy eye, and I mean severe to the point of one eye would be looking straight, but the other eye you couldn't even see the iris of my other eye because it was rolled back into my skull.
Oh.
And it got to the point in both eyes to where I could be looking straight at you and I couldn't see anything because both of my pupils were up inside my skull. So I went through 3 corrective surgeries to cut out a bunch of extra muscle.
Mhm.
And there was one point where both of my eyes had been cut into, and I was blind for like 2 days.
Mhm.
I'm very thankful that my parents had good health insurance at that time and were able to correct it because
Yeah.
he said that's the kind of thing, if you don't correct it early, it might become a nerve issue because the brain doesn't know how to correct the vision, and even if corrective surgery happens later, it can still cause lazy eye because the nerves are now misprogrammed essentially.
Yeah.
I was really lucky in that my parents had health insurance and I got a good surgeon.
Yeah.
And this happened when I was like a really little kid too. I was like yeah, and I'm colorblind too, so not quite a fair characterization. I'm color deficit. I'm missing some shades of red and orange and yellow. But yeah, that happened when I was like 5 or 6. I was really little.
Oh, yeah, that almost makes me think of my friend Shayna when we were younger. They first thought that they would be able to correct it by making her wear glasses, which I thought was stupid.
Well, depending on what the eye issue is, glasses can correct it. It has mixed results, but you always try the non-surgical intervention first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful I only had to have 3, man. Most people, that's a good question, Mason. Most people don't know they're colorblind. My mom actually went her entire life until she was in Army ROTC in college, and they gave her a color blindness test, and that's when she discovered it. And it's hilarious too because you usually don't inherit colorblind. Even if your mom is colorblind, you usually don't inherit it because it's usually passed on the Y chromosome. Somehow, I managed to luck out and inherit colorblindness from my mom, and I found it. They found it when they were testing me to go into the Marines.
Yeah, they were like, hey. Oh.
And to answer how they actually, in case you're wondering how they find that out, they have a book. I actually have a copy of it laying around somewhere because I bought it because I wanted to see if I could train my brain to see colors. I did not have any luck. But there's a book of color palettes, and essentially they roll through, and you tell the diagnostician what you see. And of course, the diagnostician has been through this test with another diagnostician, so they know the person diagnosing you is not colorblind. And they ask, "Can you see this?" Or actually, they ask what you see, and depending on what you see, tells them if you have color blindness and what types you have. And I was diagnosed with red-green color. Thankfully, I'm not, as I know, missing any shades of green because that is in fact my favorite color. I think he said it was reds, oranges, yellows that I appeared to be.
Which is funny because I think that's one of the more rare forms.
Well, red-green colorblind, as I remember it when I was doing my homework, is actually fairly common.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's a little bit more rare is not having any of the green missing, just having specifically the yellow through red spectrum.
Yeah.
Upon seeing this, Vicky scrambled backwards into Dave, leaving him in front. Thankfully,
He says, so you want this fire because you can't see it.
I can see flames, you smartass. They might not look the same to me as they do to other people. They might appear more dull shades of the colors they are, but I can, in fact, see them. If nothing else, I can certainly feel them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can tell you based on the third-degree birds. Oh boy, I can feel them.
Yeah, to be like, no. Oh.
Oh, damn it. That is not red. If you can feel them, then you're too close, numpty. I assume that's like British for dumbass.
Oh my god. I love that word.
Numpty. It's like Dumpty, but slightly more. It like sounds more. It has a little bit more of a derogatory taste to it.
It's like, what does this mean?
like you're comically mocking someone, but like a little bit mean about it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, okay.
Lovable idiot. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's more like it's kind of like the Celtic version of your book in Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt has always been a yeah.
Yep. Because you have to, for some reason, in Irish culture, I don't know if, well, I don't think it's indicative necessarily everywhere, but Irish culture, they feel the need to be abusive to each other as a way of showing affection.
Well, that's just kind of endemic to the male genus.
Yeah.
We men in general show affection through some form of hierarchical aggression.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta poke and prod your mates to see if they can hang.
Well, that's just kind of indicative of actually like Irish courting in general. They call it snaring because what you do is you make yourself smell like food
you go out and you poke the bear until he's all agitated, get him to chase you, and then you can trap him.
You go out, pour some honey on yourself. Yes, you hit the bear over the head with a rock, and then you run through the field of bear traps.
Or either apologizing, standing in line, awkwardly waving hello, or lovingly calling each other a dickhead. Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
If it wasn't for your shit-tastic government, it would almost sound like a pleasant place to live.
Oh, but they're all so much fun.
Well, like I said, I based on what I know about the British people, I would like living there, except for the shit-tastic government.
Yeah.
Not to say mine's any better. Don't get that idea.
Yeah, but the people are great. I have not had occasion to meet a Brit that I didn't like.
Don't even get me started. See, Mason, we might agree on more than it seems at the surface.
Yep.
Let's get out of here. So since this is actually on topic, I'll go to the progress. Slow, man. Yes. Yeah, thank you for bringing us back to the subject matter at hand. And slow.
Yes.
Like me and Caitlin said, I don't know if you were put in the chat yet, but man, progress on this is slow going because of life stuff we're dealing with. I'm trying to do some stuff in my life that has absolutely nothing to do with writing in general. Then I have my fitness, which is a 2 or 3 hour commitment every day. I still have a client that I work with because she liked me so much that she decided to start paying me private. So I'm trying to rehabilitate her. She has some serious knee problems I'm trying to help her with.
Mm.
And then there's the other stuff abouts that I'm trying to do. Trying to get the hell out of Washington State for one.
Yeah.
So yeah, progress is slow, man, but we're grinding on it.
Yeah.
We want to get it done this year. Hopefully, I'm thinking that after I finish Garden of Fate, which I'm about 65K into, so I can definitely get it done this year.
Yeah.
Try an Epsom salt soak and then massaging them for circulation, and then also nicotinic acid to open up the arteries and capillaries and everything. Cleans crap out of your system and lets your blood flow better. That can help a lot with sore feet.
Yep.
And then just massaging your calves and feet to improve circulation can help a lot.
It is very good. And making sure that you're doing stuff like something with turmeric in it.
Yeah, turmeric is good.
It lowers
Add
insulin.
black pepper to your turmeric.
Yes.
Helps your body absorb it better.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
So I've never really had to worry about blisters on my feet except from the shoes I was wearing, because as a kid I walked barefoot everywhere, and I still walk barefoot everywhere I can
Mm-hmm.
because it's just better. And when I do have to put on shoes, I'm usually putting on my toe shoes from Vibram, which are just so great. I highly recommend.
Yeah, I have minimalist shoes.
Good. Yeah. You should really consider. So the Vibram ones, it takes a little bit of sizing. You might have to order a pair and send it back to get the sizing right. But once you find a pair that fits on your foot comfortably, man, they are so good. It's almost like you're walking barefoot,
Yeah.
except you don't feel the ground nearly as much.
Yeah.
You're protected from rocks and glass and that kind of stuff.
Yep. But it's like walking around barefoot, which is better for you anyway, because your posture and your circulation and all of that stuff. Plus, I hate feeling like I'm wearing shoes. I hate it. I can't.
Yeah, I've always, like I said, ever since I was a kid, I've hated wearing shoes. My entire church actually knows me as the barefooted boy because I still go to church barefoot.
Just as the good Lord intended.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's an old rule. Doesn't mean it's not. Hey, remove your shoes. This is holy ground.
Exactly.
Like juice, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
Hey, Sammy.
Hey.
We're glad and appreciative that you stopped in. We hope you have a good day too, Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes. Oh, hey.
That is impressive, sir. That is genuinely impressive. Good for you. I'm proud of you, man. That is one hell. That is downright caveman. I respect it.
Like, oh my goodness. Oh man. Plus, yeah, it's
Mason. Mason, you can read other people's comments with your software. But yeah, Sammy, you tagged me in that video too, didn't you? And I'm going to watch that. I'll probably watch that today and leave a comment on it. And I appreciate you, including me in the project and everything.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not as enthusiastic. I'm just actually trying to get some writing done in this book, so I'm distracted.
Oh. Oh man, I love getting to talk like this on paper.
You should feel special, Mason.
Good for Feel loved. I don't need your permission to love you. It's a feeling. What are you? The feelings police?
Let's not go down that road.
I don't know why. I always thought that would be really funny. Okay, time flies when you're having fun, but when you're lying battered and bruised, locked in the back of a van, and certain you're going to die, time ceases to make sense. I would agree.
Is that from something you wrote, or is that from something you read? Because either way, it's pretty good.
It's very, very good.
Oh, nice.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing where you take that. I wasn't totally, to be completely honest, I was not totally sold on all of the stuff you sent me, but as you're continuing to flesh it out, it's starting to catch my eye. So I am curious where you take that. I'm definitely willing to read enough of it to see whether or not it's going to catch my eye.
Especially like that.
Yeah, like I said, that snippet is compelling.
Very grippy. You could actually use that as a reader magnet.
Yeah. And you could even shorten it too to when you're lying battered and bruised, and then from there, that would make it a little bit punchier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And use that as the magnet is what I'm saying. Keep the whole thing, but just use that little shorter segment as the magnet.
Yeah. I do though like the element that the locked in the back of a van adds to it though, because it's like, whoa, wait, why is this person locked in the back of a van?
I mean, I can just briefly nail it down for you. It was, for me, what was not selling was I think it was just that we were thrust into the revenge plot right at the face of the start, and I like a little bit of suspension of plot. I like getting a little bit of world building and characterization before we know what the main plot is, and you just kind of drop the main plot right into the beginning segment you sent me. That's what it was for me. And some people like that, some people don't. That kind of falls into one of those instant gratification techniques that I'm not particularly fond of. But then again, thriller is also a different genre, and I'm not totally acquainted with all of the tropes and conventions of that genre, so I might be missing something.
Well, I mean, because thriller is it's a somewhat ticky genre. Because
I don't understand. What do you mean ticky?
Well, ticky because it's all about getting the pacing balanced correctly.
So you mean ticky like a clock, like it needs to be precise and well structured? That makes sense.
Yeah, because it's
gotta hit those ticks. I gotcha.
And ticky too, in the way that it's, I guess, finicky.
Yes, see, that's why I wrote the other piece I emailed you the other day. I thought that had a bit more mystery. Off the top of my head, I'm spacing on what other piece you're referencing, if you're talking about that piece from the black market gambling table, then yes, yeah, that definitely added to the mystery component, and I agree. And again, that would be one of the things that would hook me a little more and get me to say, "Oh, okay, so I don't know everything about this story," and keep going. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking of something else. For some reason I mixed up your piece with something else that I'd recently read. I apologize. I'm a little fuzzy. I haven't eaten yet today. All I've had is a can of caffeine, so I'm kind of on the cuff here. I apologize. Yeah, that's right. It was talking about how Danzer why did I add it? And Dazer was a big guy who kind of used his physical status to intimidate kids into buying drugs. That's right. I'm remembering now.
Yeah, it sounded very Dashiell Hammett to me, but like now Dashiell Hammett. Yeah.
You go hand in hand. They do go hand in hand. Where you find backroom tables, you find lines of cocaine and that sweet, sweet black tar heroin.
But is it Mexican? Just kidding.
Oh, it's got to be that. It's got to be that sweet, sweet Mexican black tar heroin, Caitlin. There's no other. All other black tar heroin need not apply. I had a friend who told me that heroin actually tastes like salt and vinegar chips, and that's the whole reason she engaged in heroin use at the start, because she loved the taste. And I was like, that is the dumbest shit ever. And she's like, I know, but I was like 13. I'm like, oh, that's sad. I mean, I haven't really made a very big secret of the fact that I've struggled with addiction in the past. That's not exactly breaking news. Never heroin. Mine was other demons, but yeah, that's something I've been public about anyway. So it's not enough.
I let them put it. It was funny.
Exactly. Plus, it's a fucking Cards Against Humanity card. Everyone knows that.
Exactly. honestly, somebody should start some kind of like a National Enquirer parody gossip column of people on like AuthorTube and stuff.
Yeah, that is a fun idea. Mason, you should champion that.
Yes,
You're neutral. You're
yeah,
neutral and British. Well, you're not neutral because you're on Team Adventurous, and they'd still say it was Team Adventurous going after people. And never mind, you can't do it, Mason. I'm just saying,
but if he did it like he did Dear Mason,
I mean, he can even do it as part of Dear Mason. It could be a segment in Dear Mason.
I feel like his whole talk tube thing because he's just a radio show host and.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to feel bad, man. It's something I struggled with because I was in that community for a while, and thankfully, there's good parts about the rave community, but addiction runs rampant in that community, and thankfully, I just don't have any friends or reason to be in that community anymore, and that helps me stay clean.
Yes, a fake gossip column. Yes.
There you go.
Why?
Yeah, man, you should write that shit. You should write that shit 100%. I'm excited for the next installment of TalkTube, man. Let me tell you.
Yes.
That I really truly enjoyed that shit. That was a half hour, and like I said the second time, I was so busy commenting on it in our reaction video that I didn't even get to fully enjoy it. When I went back and heard the thing about rat guts, I was like, bro, it really do be like that. That is metal culture in America, bro. That is to a T with a very humorous spin. And as a metalhead, I am here for it.
I signed up for this, so I am here for it.
Rat guts.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's a good sign.
I'm calling the local public death trap. The local public death. That does sound like a good segment for your Dear Mason. I gotta say, your Dear Mason character is really. I want to offer you one small critique though on Dear Mason, on the characterization of Dear Mason, because I feel like some of your segments, his characterization might run a little bit counter to the characterization in some of the other segments, and I'd have to rewatch it to give you the exact examples that I caught when I watched it. But sometimes I was just like, that seems like that runs a little bit contrary to the personality that was established in this previous segment. So if you want me to do that, I'd be willing to do that. But yeah, just a thought on keeping the character thematically and logically consistent. Overall, undeniably hilarious, though. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was one of the ones that I caught. I can't remember for sure, but I think that was one of the ones I caught. Also, I want to just read you guys this piece of prose right here because I think this is beautiful in how dark and sad it is.
Yeah.
The three walked to 72nd and Pacific and began asking around for change. And after a few hours, they had enough for a decent breakfast or their next fix. Guess which they decided to find. The three all huddled into an alley and began cooking their sweet Mexican black tar heroin as gray clouds littered the sky like so much discarded foil.
Oh, and I love that you added
That's a reference to the stream, baby. It's baked right into the recipe, folks.
You'd be like, yeah.
And Mason was here for it, let me tell you.
Here for it. That's great.
Now that's a reference that like you and only the people who come back and watch the stream will get, Mason. That's all for you, buddy. Making the caller, hiding the body, and producer Steve, the same guy, having replaced the previous producer. Oh, that's dark.
I love it though.
I think you should drop Mexican from that. It makes it kind of humorous. That's the point, though.
Yeah.
That's the point. See, Mason, I love putting a humorous spin on the darkness. It makes it palatable.
The humor is always better when it's dark, we decided.
The humor is better when it tastes like sadness, I decided.
Well, no, it's like that whole, like how things are always more delicious when it's a perfect balance of bitter and sweet.
Exactly.
It's the same with your brain, not just your actual palate.
And Mason, and so another thing that I like applying in my storytelling is I like trying to keep people on edge, like, oh, how do I feel about this passage? Because that's kind of humorous, but this is really dark. Like, I like keeping the reader on edge like that.
It's like make them question their own sanity, humanity, and morality.
Do you laugh at the darkness, Mason?
Yes, well, that's the only way I can.
Fun fact about laughing at the darkness. I actually, as a kid, I would routinely scare the shit out of my sister because when we were kids, we shared a bedroom. And I used to cackle and laugh maniacally in my sleep, like Joker laugh in my sleep for hours. Not a little bit, for hours I would do this. And there was nights where I woke up and I was alone in my room and I had to go downstairs and that's why I'm always laughing. I love you. So I would be laughing in my sleep and I'd go down and be like, why was I alone? And my mom or my dad or my sister, whoever I saw first, you were laughing again, Zach. And it's slowed down significantly. Now it's more of like a once or twice a year kind of thing, but still reported to happen. Apparently it happened this one time while I was on vacation with my friend who I wrote Tenefe based on. And she was like, Zach, you're aware you cackle in your sleep, right? And I was like, I still got them. Beautiful. That child's still in there somewhere.
He's like, he's still in there.
He's still in there. Which, I mean, look at my outward demeanor. That was obvious to everyone.
Well, we're like, within this man, there lives a small child. That's only because the doctors say if they remove him, he will die.
Apparently, the child is like running his heart like a treadmill. Hey, this guy gets it.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mommy. I was dreaming of the screams of my enemies as they burned in the fire.
Oh my god.
It was like a symphony.
Oh.
Quite delightful, really. You should have heard it.
Oh man, that makes me think of. Oh man, that makes me think of my niece though, because she's done that a few times.
Yeah, not like I said, not a few. This was a routine thing.
Yeah, she's done that a few times. But the crazy thing is though, she will sit up and be staring forward.
Oh yeah, not so much of that.
And it's like, wait a minute. Because it freaked my mom out. And I was like, it's okay. And it's like, it's not anything to thought about.
5 or 6 well-earned cigarettes. The local public death trap requires no effort. Now I want to, you don't have to say, because I kind of want it to be a surprise, but I'm very curious what the explanation behind the title is of Public Death Trap. Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very excited to listen to that segment and see how you justify that title, because that sounds potentially very funny.
Yes. Greetings.
Greetings, welcome to the local public death trap.
Right.
I'll be your guide. Over here we have the swing set, also colloquially known as the neck breaker. Over here we have the seesaw, also colloquially known as you don't need that pelvis. And over here we have the jungle gym, or as I like to call it, Thunderdome. Oh, indeed. Sunday, and Monday. Watch the kids beat the shit out of each other and contest for king of the jungle gym. As they toss each other from the high bars and break each other like so much kindling at a fucking fire. Watch little Timmy get his fucking neck broken as Alex throws him from the top bars with absolutely zero regard for personal safety. Mason, you're welcome to any of that material, by the way. Consider it a donation to the segment.
Yep. Like,
you can even clip the audio, or I'll just redo it and send you the audio if you like.
Oh man, and of course
it's like this, lovingly furnished with beautifully sparkling broken glass flooring, charming rusty chains, and delightfully rickety play equipment that could fall apart at any moment. Why did you just describe my city, bro? Oh, God.
Oh, my God. And it all comes with a free side of tetanus.
Facts.
Oh, yeah. If your child doesn't come away needing a tetanus shot, then they aren't having enough fun. Yep. Great minds think alike.
That's delightfully dark, Mason.
Yep. Or also, if it depends, if it's in the middle of summertime and they're wearing shorts and have to go down the aluminum slide, prying all of the skin off.
You didn't need that skin, did you?
You'd be like, yeah.
We are coming up on an hour, and I have other stuff that I do need to make sure gets done today. So, wrap up. Hey, everyone, we're getting the Discord to a state where it's actually more polished and looking really shiny and neat. We're going to try to be in there. So, Adventurous Publications Discord is the Adventurous Pub. We will start posting links for that on all of our socials and in video descriptions and everything. We invite you to come join us. We have a room for everything. Come chill with us, hang out. We will try to be in there at least somewhat. And of course, you're all welcome to go in there and build community with each other, because that's the whole point. Please go subscribe to Cait's channel, my channel, the second channel, IYFA, if you're feeling adventurous. Of course, subscribe to the other members of Team Adventurous, Mason, Sam.
In the dark.
Yeah.
Also
Mason,
planning
this delightful bastard. Also plan on doing one furry.
Pro Friends Valentine's Day sale. Oh, were you still your friends on Valentine's Day?
I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day video too. I'm going to be writing. The poem is written. I need to film the footage that's going with it, kind of like Pay's 10 steps to Pay's 10 steps to a happy life, and my 10 steps to a bitter death. I'm continuing on in that poetry over artistic video theme.
Yeah, Team Adventurous for the win.
Fuck yeah, brother.
That's right.
You said it. This guy's our resident blind mage, man. Well, we already have a blind. He's the resident blind wizard. He's the old wise blind wizard, folks. I love this guy. Everyone who is here, everyone who comes back and watches the whole thing, thank you for being here. Yeah.
And next week, should we? Ooh, bless me. Should we read some stuff? And
next week on this stream.
On this stream, read some stuff and show progress and.
Oh yeah. Let's make a commitment to try to get at least another page or two written between this stream and the next, and actually share some highlights from what we wrote, because we really do need to get this thing rolling. Yeah. All right, Nathan. Again, thank you for being here. Greener Side of Sam, who was in the comments a little earlier, go subscribe to her. She's also #Team Adventurous. Again, thanks everyone for being here. See you all Saturday.
Bye.